Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's a beautiful video. Today's a beautiful day. And the reason as to why is because we're finally out of drawdown for the eval. I'm trading on my second eval. For those wondering, the first past funded challenge is parked. I did one trade last week, just in and out, just to keep it active. Lost $4. So that account is not being used yet. Now I'm trying to pass my second eval, and then I'll try the third or fourth or fifth, depending on how I feel after my however many funded I've passed or failed, to then start trading to make money. Now I'm just still fine-tuning my strategy and passing challenges in the meantime. I mean, I passed one. I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, today, beautiful day. We won one big trade and we lost one small trade. During London, we lost, and during New York, we won. So let me show you right about here. Look at that. Just take a look at the zones. This is the 15-minute zone from 8:45 until 9. That's one candle. This is the 15-minute candle, so to speak. Jesus, I don't know why I just did that. Yeah. And then this is the 5-minute candle, the blue zone, 5-minute candle from 9 o'clock until 9:05. Now take a look at New York. This is the 15-minute candle from 8 until 8:15 a.m. during New York time. And then 5-minute from 9:30 until 9:35 during New York session. Look at the difference in volume. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, we'll see why I did a bad trade. As we see, price never really left that original start range of price movement, which is why, as I have traded, let me see, last Monday, look at this, same movement. Now today, same movement. And I had a feeling that it was not going to win, but I took the trade anyway because I wanted to be sure. Now I've learned my lesson, and we're sure that when price does this, I can assume that it's going to keep doing that for until 11 a.m. Local London time. So my confluences did line up though. We had a value gap to push a candle to fully open and close outside the 5-minute zone. Since it's still inside the 50-minute zone, the odds that it returns are bigger than leaving. But we retested the zone, the fair value gap right here is what I mean. And we engulfed right here. So I entered after closing. Boom, right here. Price went up about 3 points, right? 3 points? Not even. In total, it went up 3 points. And then afterwards, it instantly dumped to my stop loss in one fucking swoop. Yeah, done, clear. 50. I think this was 20 contracts because it's less than 4 point stop loss. So I tend to take 20 contract trades, micro ES. Then we get at New York session, 8:15, 8 until 8:15 zone has the same kind of behavior as the 8:45 until 9 a.m. candle in London. It's like a little bit of a price gathering, seeing what the market will do, and then we see price starts moving up, and then around 9:30, 9:35, we have a big 5-minute zone right here, which we leave and which we enter. Look at that. I'm not even sure if I remember this or not. Yes, I did. Look at that. We had our first fair value gap right here, actually. Boom. We retested, but we did not engulf. Boom, we broke down. I remember this, yes. And then we went down, and I looked for another setup right here. It didn't happen. We stayed patient. I was thinking that same shit was going to happen as it happened during London session, but it didn't. It did not because we had way more volume in total, so way more possibilities. First for value gap, second was a smaller one, and then I was looking, all right, let's see what happens. We make a high, we come down, we was retesting this one, then we broke down and we retested the first for value gap. We wick back inside the zone, but since we did not close back inside the zone, our whole confluence is still valid. Oh my god. All right. So where were we? I pick up that phone call. All right. So we retested, and as we see, the retest was pretty deep, right? But this is, to be exact, after the retest, and this is the spot of engulfing that we need to reach the previous high. We engulf it right here, and then I enter after the closure of this candle, which is boom right there, and then we see that my stop loss is 6.5 points. So that means that it was pretty close, because if it would have been here 7, that would have been the end all. I don't take trades who have the possibility of having a stop loss of 7 or of more than 7 points. That's one of my rules. So we had 6.5 to be exact. We enter, since it's 6.5 points, it's only 15 contracts, right? Because up until 3.75, I'll use or try 20 contracts, and whatever is from 4 and beyond is gonna be 15 contracts. So we enter, boom, we see this beautiful movement, and then I actually had to do some shit. So I opened TradingView when I was at the store. I see, all right, nice. And then later I'm like, what the fuck? But then everything turned out as beautifully as possible. Luckily, I can actually manage my trades when I'm outside, because I'm not logged in on my Tradevate on TradingView on my phone. Or maybe I am. Anyway, I didn't even think about doing that. And then beautiful, I was patient. I saw this shit. I'm like, surely we're not coming back down here, because this is a pretty beautiful leg up. And then this was the previous high from, I was not sure. Look at that shit from February. Oh my god. All right, give me 1 second. Surely that was the last interruption. So previous high from February, long time ago. But I was zooming out, because I knew if it would move up, where am I supposed to put my TP? And usually I would say, all right, it's New York session, I'll just go for 15 points. But now I saw actually that there was a previous high in the area, which I think was a pretty good idea, because look, afterwards we went down a bit again, and we eventually do go to 15, but it's very late. No, we never actually did, because we would have been stopped out right here. Yep, so that's a beautifully perfect snipe, I want to say. Patient trade. That's it for me for today. Damn, I'm out of breath. This took way too long. Yeah, so what is this? Plus $759 trade in total, which this would be, I don't remember. I'll check on Tradevate. I'm gonna be probably 500 something, right? Minus the $200 loss from this morning. So yeah, $546 trade. Day, excuse me. So this is, by the way, the whole situation since for this new challenge, this new eval. We're up 460, 2.5k left to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.